Hello and welcome to this instructional video for the Soutter Medical orthodrive lite large bone power tool system. This family of large bone tools is primarily used for total hip replacements and total knee replacements. It's single handpiece and modular, which makes it versatile enough to be used for trauma as well. The orthodrive lite system comes as both a dual and single trigger handpiece. For the purpose of this video, we will concentrate on the dual trigger. You can see here you have two triggers. The bottom trigger will run the tool in a forward motion, whereas the top trigger will run the tool in a reverse motion. Now, if I just draw your attention to this small silver button in between the two triggers, this is known as the mode selector. In its current state, in a central position, it's in safe mode. This means I cannot depress either trigger, and this is vital for operator safety. Now, if we take a look at this side of the tool, you will see a small drill symbol. If I push the mode selector across to this side, the tool will run at 100% drill speed. When the mode selector is on this side and I depress both triggers, you will get an oscillating function. Now, if I show you the flip side of the tool, you will see a small screw symbol. If I push the mode selector across to this side, the tool will run at a lower screwing speed. This is ideal for putting screws in on power. And now, if I depress both triggers in this mode, I get a tapping function, which is 2 turns in the forward motion and 1 turn in the reverse motion. This is ideal for putting screws into brittle bone. The orthodrive lite handpiece does not contain a drill ream gearbox. So this means you do not select drill or ream on the tool itself. You simply put the right attachment into the tool and put the tool into drill speed mode. Then depress the trigger to run the tool. The attachments themselves determine the speed and torque at which the tool will run, as the gearbox is built into the attachment. To insert a dedicated attachment into the orthodrive lite, simply take it, line up the prongs and slide straight in. To remove a dedicated attachment, simply depress both the silver buttons on top of the tool and slide the attachment straight out. I'm now going to show you how to place some common consumables onto your orthodrive lite system, and we'll start with drill bits. Firstly, I've made sure the tool is in safe mode so I cannot depress the triggers. Let's look first at the Jacob's chuck. This is a very versatile attachment that can take drill bits from 0.5 to 7.4 mm. I'm going to slide it into the tool as before with a push and click. Now, I can take a chuck key, place it into one of the 3 holes on the attachment and open up the jaws. Once the jaws are open, I'm going to take a straight shank drill bit. This is characterised by its perfectly cylindrical end. I can then slide this into the Jacob's chuck. Once inside, I take my chuck key, place it into one of the 3 holes and turn in a clockwise direction to tighten. Once tight, I can run the tool in 100% drill speed by pushing the mode selector across to this side. Once finished with the drill, place the tool back into safe mode. Once again, take your chuck key, place it into one of the 3 holes and turn anti-clockwise to loosen. I can then slide the drill bit straight out of the tool. Now let's take a look at your AO quick release attachment. To place it on the tool, as before, line up the notches and slide straight in. Once in the tool, take your AO quick release drill bit, which is characterised as a half cylinder with a small notch cut out of the end. To load the drill bit, simply pull back on the collar of the AO attachment, slide in and find the correct orientation, and release to lock in place. Once in place, I can take the tool off safe mode and run the tool at drill speed. Once finished with the drill, place the tool into safe mode. You can remove the drill bit by once again pulling back on the collar and sliding straight out. And then you can remove the attachment by depressing both silver buttons and again sliding the attachment straight out. Let's now take a look at how to attach a reaming handle to your orthodrive lite handpiece. I have already inserted a Hudson Reamer dedicated attachment into the tool. I can then simply take my reaming handle, pull back on the collar of the attachment and slide the handle straight in. Once in place, release the collar to lock. I can now take the tool off safe mode and into 100% drill speed mode and depress the trigger to run the reamer at the correct speed and torque. To release the reaming handle, simply pull back on the collar and slide out. I'm now going to show you how to insert a K-wire into a WQ707 fully adjustable wire driver. This wire driver allows you to use wires from 0.7 to 4mm in diameter. I can select the size by simply pushing in the nose of the attachment and dialing in to the correct number. The number will be determined by the size of the K-wire you're using. I can then take my K-wire and slide it in through the cannulation into the handpiece. Once in place, I can take the tool off safe mode and push across to the drill speed side. Then, I clamp the wire in place by pulling back on this lever, and then I can depress the trigger to run the tool. Once finished with the K-wire, I can remove it by simply sliding it straight out of the attachment. Let's take a look at how to insert an S89 Sagittal saw blade into your orthodrive lite handpiece. Firstly, place your KQ707 attachment into the tool. You can then twist the lever on the bottom of the attachment to open up the blade clamp. Before loading your blade, you must make sure that your tool is in safe mode, so you cannot depress the triggers. I can now take my S89 blade, slide it straight into the blade mount, and twist the lever back into the locked position. Once locked in place, I can put the tool into 100% drill speed mode by pushing the mode selector, and then I can run the tool by depressing the trigger. Once finished with the saw, place the tool back into safe mode. Once again, turn the lever to the unlocked position, remove your S89 blade, and then place the lever back into the locked position. I'm now going to show you how to attach a reciprocating saw blade to our orthodrive lite handpiece using a CQ attachment. The CQ attachment is orientation specific and has a black dot on the top. This black dot lines up with the black line on the orthodrive lite handpiece. Once lined up, you can slide the attachment straight in. Make sure the tool is on safe mode so you cannot depress the triggers. Then take your S84 blade and twist the collar on the nose of the attachment into the unlocked position. Place the S84 blade into the jaws and release to lock. Make sure the blade is secure. At this point, take the tool off safe mode and depress the trigger to run the saw. Once finished with the saw, place the tool back into safe mode and remove the S84 blade by simply twisting the nose and sliding the blade straight out. You may have opted for one or two of these coloured final drive adapters. These final drive adapters allow you to use standard Q series attachments on your orthodrive lite handpiece. Firstly, the blue DQ707 is a drill speed gearbox. The red RQ707 is a reaming speed gearbox. And finally, the black GQ707 is a drill ream gearbox. To operate this, simply place it into the tool with a push and click, and then you can twist the collar on the attachment to select between drill or ream. You can then take a Q series attachment and slide it into the tool with a simple push and click. Once in place, you can run the tool, and to release the attachment, simply pull back on this collar and slide out. All standard Q series attachments link to these final drive adapters in the same way.